You count the medals, 1, 2, and 3. Life goes on, then it goes. Coming up, O's. WX, a crime in the city. Oh man, can you believe it? We're actually doing a team up today, more or less.
It's more of a team up, like towards the last half hour of the movie.
Yeah.
Like we have an epilogue, and then we get to the movie, and then the team up comes up in the last 30 minutes.
Yeah,
if I'm counting.
It's the second of a long winter tradition, starting with Decado. Yeah, we're here, Mike and Steve, back at it again to discuss Kamen Rider versus Kamen Rider O's and W featuring Skull, Movie War Core, also known as Kamen Rider O's and W movie 2011 movie core for short.
Yeah. Apparently, we had to make a movie, but just like its previous Kamen Rider, we had to split it into 2 parts.
3.
Because, he does turn into 3 parts eventually.
Yeah, it's basic. Can you still hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, just making sure. But yeah, no. So yeah, what we have here is basically a repeat of a tradition we established the previous year, both in terms of Kamen Rider release and in terms of actually reviewing these seasons. Because much like how in we had to do in Kamen Rider Gaim, this movie follows Kamen Rider Decade's tradition of, let's do a movie epilogue of the previous season, midway through the current season, by doing a crossover winter film, which will be split into 3 parts.
But here's the thing, though. Unlike Gaim's rendition,
this is probably the best. Yeah.
This one kind of gives us a story of like, wait, is this just going to be some story that goes nowhere? No, it actually does go somewhere, which, Borzay did it, Wizard did it, Gaim notoriously did it.
Yeah.
But I feel
Drive did it.
Drive, this is where I think that they legitimately said, let's make it make sense. Let us think about this for a second, because, it would kind of be like no reason at all of like, we have a kaijin that is in this movie, but it's not really important. We're just going to kill it off. And then it's like, now we get into the actual movie that you're all been waiting for. No, you might as well have just done the movie in and of itself.
Yeah, so just to recap, Decade, which we will eventually get to, because as you guys, for those of you who are new here, we're not doing the seasons in order. No. But we are doing the movies of those seasons in order.
No. Are you kidding me? Can you imagine us sticking around for Showa?
We barely survived through Ichigo.
We would die. Yeah. We would literally, it would just be like episodic after episodic. It's like, I understand why they did what they did in the earlier days. I understand why. It's the same thing with Ultraman, with Redman, with Mirror Force, and so many other Toko properties that came out at the time. Even the Sentais that came out 2 years later had the same thing. So it's like, so anyone could watch. Anyone could just tune in and just, what adventures are they getting into today? Wouldn't float today.
Yeah. And certain seasons even less so than others, because when you look at seasons,
you could have your episodic or your 2-episode combining stories, but afterwards it's like, okay, the story, guys, the story.
Yeah. Remember, when we were talking about Bill, we had complete 6-episode arcs that give in to the next set of 6 episodes. And then it's episodes after that, you know?
Yeah, no, but again, it's like with Showa and every Showa property, it was all episodic. It was all just, you don't need to know what happened in the past episode. All you need to know is that we're in this episode or this episode. Why do you think it was always so crazy that, could you imagine if we were with Build, with Kiva, Fies or O's, and every episode AG or Onk goes to AG or AG to Onk, and they say, could it be the greed? Could it be the Fangires?
Or worse, if some random little kid is like, hey, I think a greed monster's attacking. Oh, silly child, coin monsters don't exist.
Monster came out and grabbed my mommy.
Now you know, dear, there's no such thing as monsters.
Yeah.
No. I would call shenanigans because, see, that was the thing with Showa that was so it kind of got to the point of annoyance that, not just a child, but just some person, and then everyone except for the Kamen Rider would just dismiss it. Like, how many episodes deep are we in this and we are not aware? Well, first off, it's like, there's an evil organ. Well, good. We don't know of an evil organization because it's secret.
Yes,
okay?
because their agenda is very secret.
We are a secret club because of our agenda.
While in Fies' case, it's so secret that even Smart Brain doesn't know what their agenda is.
I know. Can you imagine if we did that with the rest? Forever it'd be like, like, is it Shocker? Is it the Fangires? Is it the Orphanox? Is it Smart Brain?
Obviously, there's one thing I would love to see brought back from the Showa era, and that's literally just like the main character riding off on their motorcycle. But I wanted to done it sparsely. So, like, for example, in the case of like W, O's, and Forze, where like every episode's a 2-parter, don't do it in the odd-numbered episode. Do it in the conclusion of every 2-episode segment. It's like, we defeated the Nekoyami, and then AG rides off in the motorcycle. Oh, we defeated the Piranayami. AG, Ankh drives off in a motorcycle carrying AG. Just mix it up a little bit, but then have the character riding the motor. But instead of having a narrator do the closing narration, you have the actual character riding the motorcycle do the narration, kind of like Ryan Steele from VR Troopers at the temple.
Kind of give that yeah. Oh no, I know it, but I don't understand why or why not they don't do that anymore. It's a very
because at least that way the Kamen Rider has, oh my god, an actual cycle to ride on. Like, even in Gov, they made a reference to that. It's like, by the way, like 44 episodes into the season, it's like, by the way, Shoma, why are you called Kamen Rider? Well, I guess it's because I look like I'm wearing a mask. As for the rider part, I guess one time someone saw me drive this actual motorcycle. Check this out. Shh. It summons a motorcycle. It's like, see? Someone must have seen me drive this motorcycle, so they added the word rider into my name. Oh, okay. You want to ride? Sure.
Well, it's the same thing that happened with Gaim, right? We didn't really see Gaim in promotional art and all that. He was riding a horse.
Yes. But ironically, he used the motorcycle more than the horse, because at least the motorcycle actually needs to get to Helheim.
Yeah, I'm like, and who knows? I don't know Japanese law, but I'm like, I don't think there's anything wrong with him riding a horse through the city. I mean, it could be a problem if in the metro area, but in the countryside, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's really the thing about Kamen Rider in a way, that even though what may have not worked in the past cannot work today, it would be nice just to see homages of it, like, hey, put in, like, do that with, riding off in the sunset, or it's like, and then break the fourth wall. Why is he riding into the sunset? Oh yeah, he forgot to pick up that lunch bento box that he ordered earlier.
Yeah,
they probably threw it away by now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like they're probably maybe he's trying to get a happy set from Maku.
Yeah, it depends on the rider though. There's some that it could work and some that it should not.
Yeah.
I would imagine that when X-Aid was around, because originally he had a bicycle, not a bike. Yet.
No. Genmu had a bicycle.
Genmu had a bicycle. Okay.
Yeah, a BMX bike.
And have that little montage of him riding off into the sunset with a bicycle, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, you know who else had a bicycle? Revice. Because Vice turns possesses. Yeah, because Vice possesses a bicycle, and then Revy rides on it. Gotta save the budget for those hovercrafts when he uses his Vice Terra Vice stamp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Anyway. Shall we get to it?
Yes. Yeah. Like we're we're not wasting any time. The moment you see that Toei logo, Cyclone.
Yeah, the infamous crashing of the waves and whatnot. It's like, okay, get ready, boys and girls. Mm-hmm. This is a movie.
Yeah,
you see the classic logo and the waves crashing, and then as you said, we start off with
transformation.
Yeah.
So yes, Philip and Shotaro from Kamen Rider W, the two main characters of Kamen Rider W. For those of you who've never seen Kamen Rider W, because if you're watching our host reviews first, yes, they are 2-in-1 Kamen Rider where two people possess one body. But of course, for all you anime fans, yes, this is the live-action version of that new anime that came out a few years ago.
What anime fans watch Futo PI without realizing what it was? Actually, no, I take it back. I had a couple people ask me about that. They're like, my girlfriend was watching this show, and I think it's something you might know. And I'm like, why is your girlfriend watching this? Well, she said like that because it's like, the characters were cool, and I'm like, okay, it's a first, all right. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, that was kind of a shocker that Double got an anime.
Yeah.
Like, out of all the Kamen Riders that you could have done, it's Double. But then again,
Double had its own manga series for Futo PI.
That I was aware of. I knew that Double had a manga, had some light novels. It was a very, very popular show when it was airing. And even years later, people continuously say that Double was like the standard of the Heisei era. Even though it was phase 2 with Double. But it's still like the standard that many people know. That's how a Kamen Rider should be. That's how it should be written, how it should be. I'm like, cool. I'll get to it eventually. But a Kamen Rider that uses memory sticks.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know, those were replaced by micro SD cards.
Yeah, which is ironic because earlier on, the SD cards were worse than flash drives.
Yeah.
Now they are better.
Yeah, now they're better. Because again, that's how again, people wanted to say that, DVDs were forever, right? But then, here comes Blu-ray and now comes streaming. But then I promise you that physical media is not going away.
Mm-hmm.
It'll forever
streaming
be
comes and goes.
Because streaming, while it is good temporarily, it sucks in the long run.
Yeah, because it's like what Willy Wonka said. Though your stream isn't free, you're just renting it from me.
Very much.
And a lot of Power Rangers fans had to find that out the hard way in 2021.
Oh yeah, no. A lot of people realizing their favorite TV shows, their favorite. Like, well, yeah. Did you not realize that you're not? Yeah, you're paying a monthly subscription. You're not. It's not
To
yours.
rent videos,
You rent
not to
watch.
keep
And
videos.
that's why, especially now, you can go on any streaming site, any of them, and it says, "Oh, this is leaving at this date. So your last days to watch are wait." But yeah, so that's why I said physical media is not dead and will never die.
And because I didn't have VR Troopers or Beetleborgs on DVD at the time, not from the lack of wanting, mind you, I had to power binge through all 4 seasons of both shows combined. So you got 52 plus 42, so that's 94 episodes, plus an additional 88 episodes. Combined that's, well, let's just say that's a lot of episodes to watch in 4 weeks.
Well, now it is available on Tubi, and usually Tubi isn't so stingy about what they get rid of. But
the Tubi still gets rid of stuff. But the thing is,
but they actually like give you like some stuff is only limited, while some of it is like, oh, that took a while.
Yeah.
But it is for right now available to stream on Tubi. But I did hear that they are making physical media of that again.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so we see agreed or not agreed. It's a Yami, but it's a Yami that should not be here.
It's a bizarre purple one with the motif of a pteranodon.
Yeah. I'm like, why are you here of all things? You shouldn't be here until like the 30s. What is going on? But anyway, we cut to Good Boys, Shotaro, and Philip being the Kamen Rider and fighting this thing off. And then I forget the other guy's name, but he is Kamen Rider.
Ryu Terui.
Yeah, Ryu, who is Kamen Rider Axel.
Throttle Crotch.
Winds up running interference only for them to be interfered again by Akiko.
Yes, their boss.
Their landlord.
And don't be fooled. While she may look like a teenager, she is not. At the start of Kamen Rider W, she was already 18. And what's even more surprising is the actress playing her is actually older than me. That's probably the biggest culture shock. Like, she looked young enough to be my younger sister. Who was several years younger than me. But no, she's actually a year older than I am.
Well, I mean, that's the thing with actors and actresses of any. It's kind of like, wait, I remember so and so being this age, and now they're this age. What? Excuse me? It's like, but weren't they playing an 18-year-old? Yeah, but they were like 22 when they did that. It's not that crazy to, for someone to play someone younger, especially if they look young. There's some people in my life.
Yeah, no, here in America, we have 30-year-olds cosplaying as 16-year-olds. Like, that was never a question. The question is them doing that in Japan, because usually it's the other way around. They get 17-year-olds to play 29-year-olds.
Well, come on. We also had the whole thing with the two that come to mind is Mizuzul's live action actress, and then there's my writer wife, Shizuka. They were both 14 at the time that they made their private shows, but they were playing like people that were way older than they were. So it's like, okay.
Oh no,
so,
Shizuka was a 14-year-old in Kamen Rider No, the character was 14 for sure.
Yeah, she was like at least at that time was a little bit older than like 14, but still.
Yeah.
Well, regardless,
But then in Gavu, it's like you have the twins, where Sheeta is played by a 17-year-old, while the brother's played by a 25-year-old.
You mean the sister is played by a 25-year-old?
No, the brother is played by a 25-year-old.
Because the brother is the younger one.
Yes.
So get your pronouns right. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah. The brother, the one. Yes, the brother's the one with the white dress, while the sister's the one with the black trousers.
No,
not trousers, knickerbockers, but still.
I love those two. I loved the Stomach Family so much, and it sucks that it's almost over.
I know.
It sucks, but, well, we'll see what happens with this new writer, which I'm not really that excited for.
Is it because he's American?
No. I'm just like I just understand like why, since they're trying to make it like a global thing. I understand why they're doing it. Instead of giving us like what they did with Gavu, with Revice, with Saber. It's kind of like we have to stamp it to see like, yeah, Kamen Rider is Ichigo, and you know, there are other riders of different styles and different, looks, but, we gotta put our boy up in front, because in my opinion, I'm like, isn't it a little too early to be doing an homage to Ichigo? I mean, 01 wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, but remember, next year is 2026. Which is the 55th anniversary.
Again, I'm like, I get why, but at the same time, I'm like, well, they got to put Ichigo forward as always. Anyway, so yeah, we get a three-way interruption of the battle because apparently
someone developed an allergy.
He's supposed to get married, and to who? Her.
To Akiko.
Because she's in a dress. She's in a wedding dress.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, I feel it. But apparently the reason why she showed up was because Shotaro was supposed to walk her down the aisle.
And Ryu was supposed to be the groom. Philip is just supposed to stand there and look pretty,
like he always does.
Yes.
And finally, it's like, yeah, this Yami, this creature, for some reason, has a Gaia memory.
The memory.
That's not an echo. It's the Gaia memory.
Yeah, it's so all the Gaia memories are called memories for short, and they all have the memories of something from Earth's nature or something like that. So obviously the two main characters have the Joker memory, Cyclone memory, Metal memory, Heat memory, and then like the bad guys, they have things like Magma memory, T-Rex memory, Money memory, a monokilometer. I can't see. It's an ancient arthropod. I could never remember how to pronounce it. I noticed that there was a vice stamp of it that uses the genome of Kamen Rider Black, but I forgot what it's called. Please pardon me. Cockroach memory, sweet memory, virus memory, violence memory.
Road mushroom.
Yeah.
No, it pretty much goes the entire alphabet. There's even a
Generation 2 memories where there's exactly 26 of them, where
they even oh god, I lost my train of thought. Fuck. What was I gonna say? There's something to do with the dope pants.
but yeah, it's basically a narcotic.
Yeah, it's a drug. It's a legitimate drug because when you use it,
you become addicted to its power.
You become addicted to it. It's almost like, well, it is like having too much delicious Coca-Cola. You know, you kind of become really addicted to Coca-Cola. But also, it can be anybody. We don't know who is a dope pant or who isn't.
Yeah, because it's just black marketed, you know? It could be your childhood friend.
By the black market, because
it could be your childhood friend. It could be that teenager down the street. It might be some casino owner who lost all his money.
It could be that shady businessman with all the core medals.
It could be that one lady dressed up as a Harlequin eating cockroaches.
It could be that guy. It could be the shady looking butler. For one,
it could be your household cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cats are assholes. But yeah, you know, we have this whole thing where apparently Akiko says to the guys, you are not allowed to be Kamen Riders anymore. Being a Kamen Rider sucks.
Yeah, because I have a Kamen Rider allergy.
Oh, hell no!
I have my father who's a Kamen Rider, my soon-to-be husband. That's your fault.
Yeah.
Who is a Kamen Rider? That's still your fault. You said yes.
We get it. We get it. Like
very clever. Now who has my father? Uh-oh. Someone had some daddy issues. Nothing could be my father from the truth. Who? You said my father. No, I didn't. How? Did not. Shabba. For me, this is a dad issue. Dad issue! They're dead! They'd be dead! Oh. Daddy didn't love me!
Yeah.
No, but your daddy did love you, Akiko.
Yeah. No, like there's this one scene in particular. Okay, so let's get right to it. So basically, for some reason, it needs the memory of an ultimate battle, so why did you not just steal the memory of Kamen Rider Decade or something? But anyway, so it's like, so basically Akiko basically has an astral projection where she goes back in time to when she was only 8.
How does she know all this? Is my question. Legitimately, how does she know all this? Because plot. Okay.
Yeah, so she's inside the memory and she's learning about.
We have to get back in time to tell the story of Akiko's father, who she was never around him. So how the hell would she know this? But apparently she does. So besides kicking her fiance in the shaft with taking away his belt, because that's what she did, she runs into the pterodactyl again, and that's what causes the memory to come in.
Yeah.
Okay. So we go back. Let's see. She's like 18 at this, so 10 years ago?
Yeah, she was like around 8.
Like, what, 97, 98? Back in the 90s?
Even Shotaro was a little kid back then.
Yeah, I want to know why he was there.
Yeah, I would say the plot probably takes around in the year 2000, because that way it would be a Kuga reference.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we see her father back at the detective agency, and he has a partner.
Yes.
I forget his partner. Matsu.
Yeah.
And apparently they're working on
right away he gives me the heebie-jeebies. And apparently Sokichi Narumi sucks at making coffee.
He always
quirk
at making coffee. He was the Kamen Rider who could not make a decent cup of coffee if his life depended on it.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes a smooth criminal's not made for coffee making.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the coffee just tastes bad.
For me, I'm like, look, I'm a coffee drinker, but I'm just like, okay,
I do want it hard roasted.
what were you roasting the beans yourself?
Yes.
Because
Wait, hold on. I just remembered something. Keep going at it.
okay. So we see that the Sokiji and his partner Matsu are both detectives, obviously, at what is the headquarters for Double in the future. What winds up happening is they have a case involving, I believe the woman's name was Melissa. And she's been getting these random letters from, I guess, what would be like a spider or a spider-themed villain.
Yep.
I don't feel the Marvel at all here.
Yep.
Well,
in case you haven't figured it out, it's a reference to Spider-Man from the very first episode of Kamen Rider.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but again, there is a spider-themed villain for some reason. We know why. But apparently he has been sending Melissa, the girl that has been targeted, these letters. And apparently Melissa is she's a singer. She's a performer. And is represented by a very highly prestigious agency, so to speak.
Yes, and she's weirdly played also by Akiko's actress.
Which was kind of like, it took me a minute to be like, is that her? Is that Akiko? It's like, no, it is. It is.
Yeah, it is.
So I was like, all right, we got double cameos, and you can yell at your dad, both as a spirit and in real life.
Yeah.
So what happens is we have a performance go wrong because obviously the thing goes without a hitch. We see the president of the company there. And of course,
and of course we see we even have the head of the museum. In other words, the main villain from Kamen Rider W.
And we see them just passing fancy, whatever. And then next thing you know, the crowd cheers, they applaud, but then they get swarmed by spiders. What? Who did not call the Orchid Man?
Yeah.
What wound up happening is apparently these spiders come from, I forget what he's named in this, but he's
like Kumo, like something Kumo.
It's something like, I think it kind of goes with Gumo, like the Origumo, but again, the Gumo
because Kumo means spider.
Yeah, it's a female kaijin or a female.
No. It's a male, dude. It's a male. The spider's a male.
I think it's called Jirai Gumo. I think.
Yeah, but
and
he crawls out. He's like, well done, Melissa. I will now give you a score and kill people based on the score you get. And he writes the number 100 using spider webs. And the number 1 is written in a very peculiar way. But yes, congratulations. Your score is 100, which means no one has to die today. And then Sokichi Narumi starts fighting people up. And in the crowd is a little kid who's clearly Shotaro. He's like, oh my god, he's so cool. And next to him is his childhood friend, who in no way would ever become a villain.
Yeah, no spoilers here, folks.
Yeah.
No spoilers here for the future. But yeah. What winds up happening is the battle between the spider and with the future Kamen Rider Skull. And it kind of goes the way you think it does. He winds up getting thrown into a wall or something. The girl disappears, but then she reappears. But it's all like, wait, what happened? I thought he was going to take you. No, he didn't take me. But
it's like, here, are you okay? No, I'm okay.
Please don't touch me. Please don't touch me. I'm like, are you hurt? No, just please don't touch me. I'm like, that's kind of suspicious. Very suspicious. Anyway, his partner also showed up with the girl. He said that he had saved her. I'm like,
Really? This scrawny ass dude?
okay. Well, you know what? Stranger things have happened.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, we're sorry. So apparently, the way that our hero got out of this was because he used the cell phone that later Shotaro uses to get out, which is the stag.
Stag phone, yeah.
How does he have that?
Well, later on, he goes to his garage where we see a skull version of the egg boiler, and inside of it is
A mysterious woman, completely wrapped in bandages, with a mysterious Edna Mode style haircut.
Yes, it is revealed that she's actually Philip's mom, but if you've already seen W at the time of watching this movie, you would already know this. But here's something you didn't know. Turns out Shroud and Sokichi were childhood friends.
I would never have guessed.
Yeah. I mean, that would explain why she wants specifically him to be Philip's partner.
But she was the one that gave our detective his look, being that of Skull. So, keeping with the Edna Mode reference, no capes, only scarves. That's
no capes. Scarves okay, but no capes. Mufflers okay, but no capes.
But yeah, so she winds up being that, and of course, we must continue on with the detectiveness because this is a detective-themed show.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have this whole thing of investigation, and we wind up going to the president's house.
Yeah.
And it's to figure out, wait, what does the president know that we don't? Because he says he's going to protect Melissa. But why is he so adamant in protecting her?
Yeah, so there's a pool party where all the girls at the pool party are acting particularly weird. Not gonna lie though, as benign as the scene is, it's very unsettling.
It's very adult. It's very like, wow, okay, we know that the rich get away with murder at times, and they get their hands on some shady stuff. These girls are just like, okay, if you ever wanted to see a drug PSA, here it is. These girls,
it's like, it looks like a Playboy pool party, if everyone's wearing Sable Word swimsuits. But the way they're playing around is incredibly erratic. And like that in itself.
They're on LSD, 100%.
It's like, it's the fact that this is like, there's no blood or gore or anything that makes it so unsettling, because this is something that you would see in a real life pool party after 2 a.m.
Yeah, they even have them like bandaged onto their arms. I'm like, well, it's not really necessary that you have to put the Gaia memory in your neck. That's more so like
what some people do.
It's the most obvious place someone could put it, but
yeah, some people put it on their arms, some on their chest. Some people do it like, basically, if you've ever seen Full Metal Alchemist, basically put it literally anywhere where you would find an Ouroboros tattoo.
Yeah, but at least this makes sense. The Ouroboros just kind of solidified that they weren't human. It's kind of like a birthmark. It's like there really was no purpose for the Ouroboros.
Yeah.
If it had some type of meaning or some type of like link to their power, then yeah. But all honesty, there was no reason for an Ouroboros to even be placed on them. But regardless, yeah. So we're here at a Hugh Hefner 80s party, and obviously, the grunts from Double show up finally, because that's who is actually in charge. Because we find
masquerades.
It's not the president who is involved. It's his assistant, because we forgot to mention bodyguard. That when the spider appeared, she appeared with a box a suitcase full of Gaia memories, saying that she sells them on the black market. So she's a candy peddler.
Yeah.
She deals
Not unlike Nazca.
She deals in hard candies.
Mhm.
So, yeah. What winds up happening is a fight ensues with the grunts. The spider shows up, and we assume it's the president. But it's not.
It's not.
It is not the president.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, the lady turns into a bat fan guy, or not fan guy, a bat a dopant. And yes, in case you haven't figured it out, yes, this is a reference to the original Kamen Rider. The very first two dopants, chronologically, are a spider and a bat.
Yeah.
No scorpion, though.
No, we get that later.
Yeah,
we still get that later. But yeah, so what winds up happening is that it's kind of shady, but remind me of Skull's actual name again.
Sokichi Narumi.
So Keiji winds up beating the president, and we're like, he is totally the bad. He knows, like, yeah, the president doesn't know shit. But then Sokichi gets interrupted by the president's wife. Who
Yeah, she's like trying to save her husband. But then as soon as she touches him,
I'm like, you're his wife. This is your house, and he had young girls in your pool in scantily clad bikinis, and you're cool with this.
Oh, hell no!
Cool. I hope my wife is not understanding of my work.
Not that you would work in that, but as soon as she touches his arm, like sort of like to protect him, like a spider tattoo on her arm just starts crawling across her skin, and it jumps over to his body, causing him to like spontaneously wrap into webs and then immediately explode.
Now, again, out of all the spiders in Ichigo, okay, I'm talking specifically to Ichigo. I'm talking to you, Shocker. This is diabolical.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell no! 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 Oh, hell no!
Yeah, this is diabolical. Because the gimmick of this spider is he can make little spiderettes. And whoever, if the person touches them and they care for them or love them, the spider transfers over and blows up. Why wasn't this a thing before? Why was this
show
in Ichigo? We had bomb-related villains, yes, but none of them were the spiders. Why was this not a thing before?
Because the writers haven't thought of them yet.
Like, Shocker. You guys are, I mean, I've always said that Shocker is just a bunch of inept Nazis, and I stand by that. But my God. You're telling me that an homage, a like literal callback to you guys, and they came up with the more superior Spider Kaijin? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So basically, Sokichi's lured to a quarry. Jeez. A quarry. But at night. Yeah. So of course he does something he doesn't want to. It's Morphin time.
Yeah. But remember, the spider told him to show up at the quarry, but then he left a note afterwards. Mm-hmm. But we do have the fight at the quarry. We do have that battle. Because regardless, we have to have a fight, but not like the end-all battle. It's a fight that will establish something with Akiko. Because we do establish.
So basically, the bat dopant can manipulate vehicles. kind of similar to Lost Galaxy if you think about it. And she causes a bulldozer to like press its shovel like down onto Sokichi's body, crushing it. And wouldn't you know, while he's being crushed, like he gets a phone call from an 8-year-old what's her name? Akiko. Yeah.
What timing?
What horrible timing.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's like where are you, Dad? You're supposed to be here. I'm fighting bad guys. It's my job, and I'm about to get crushed. You're lying. You'd rather be dead than spend.
I feel sorry for the child. Your father would rather be dead than take care of you. Damn, that is tragic. What a complete jackass.
Or so she thought. And it's like, if you don't get here soon, I might become a bride.
Yeah.
He's like, I promise, I will walk you down the aisle.
No joke. He's literally getting crushed, so many horrid things. He is getting crushed, but he promises his daughter that in another 10 years' time, he will walk her down the aisle. So, what are you going to be doing after in between those 10 years, Sojiro? Just not seeing your daughter, I guess. Not in the cards. And what if she doesn't get married?
Mm-hmm. You're just never going to see her again?
You're never going to see her again. No, I'm not seeing you until... It kind of reminds me of that whole situation with the Oz family.
Yeah.
You know, in Maji Ranger, where it's like, yeah, we know that Holka... No, not Holka.
The Yellow Ranger. Sorry, the Blue Ranger.
Yeah. Oh my God. I know these two. Why is her name escaping me?
I've only seen a couple of episodes. So, and the Bokenger movie. So of course I would remember Hikaru. Everyone knows Hikaru.
Of course, Hikaru, because she's beautiful.
He is very beautiful. Yes.
Holka is beautiful along with Maji Blue, but God Almighty, I cannot remember her name. Oh, I'm gonna hate myself, and I love these two so much. Anyway,
yeah, you know, like I said, I know Hikaru and Tsubasa because they were both in Bokenger. I know Kai because he's the Red Ranger. Of course, you have to know the Red Ranger's name. Hoka is the Pink Ranger, so that just leaves Urara, the Blue Ranger.
Urara, there you go, Urara. So yeah,
and then there's Makito, who we don't care about.
If you never got married, would you even like? Oh well. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, we have the whole battle between the Dope Pants and Skull, and obviously Skull winds up succeeding by the power of little girls. I said that wrong. By the power of a dad's love for his daughter, he winds up pulling the crane off of him, and
like with his own bare hand. And by the way, in this fight scene, Skull doesn't look like the way he normally looks.
He looks strange.
Yeah, he looks a little more crystalline as opposed to a metallic gray. And he doesn't have that S-shaped crack on his head. And for those of you who haven't figured out by now, Kamen Rider Skull is a reference to the Skull Man.
Yeah, that is exactly the thing is that, did you guys go see that video I posted on our final review of Ichigo? If you didn't, that's essentially what Kamen Rider was supposed to look like.
Yeah,
the Kamen Rider Skull is exactly what Ichigo was supposed to look like. But the company, Toei, said, no, I think that might be a little too scary for kids and families. Let's bring it back. What else can we get? And pretty much the creators were like, and especially the mangaka, Ichigo Sensei, winded up on going on a grasshopper motif because that somewhat resembled a skull.
Mm-hmm.
He still kept to his idea, and he fought for that because he was like, bugs, no joke. Can you imagine Toye saying, "Wait, we're going with bugs"? Really? Yeah. He fought for it. He literally did. Because he's like, no, you didn't want skulls. I'm giving you this. It's like, well, kids collect bugs. Kids, this and this and that, blah, blah. What else do you guys want? Like, okay, all right, we'll see it.
And then in Kamen Rider Spirits, which is not canon, by the way, Taki, our precious boy, does become a Kamen Rider that is based off of Skullman. He even has a shotgun.
And there is a hero in Japan called Skullman, called Golden Skullman, who is a hero, is a very old hero, and is also referenced many, many times in many, many properties. And here is what is inevitably the genesis of the Kamen Rider. So, yes, we finally get to see him in his full true train. I don't know why he wasn't fully in the first one. That kind of was weird. Was it just because it was his first transformation?
I don't know, but yeah, for some reason,
like afterwards, we finally get him because he winds up realizing, because of a clue the spider left, in terms of like, oh, I'll meet you at this place. Oh no, you won't. No.
Yeah, but the point is, it's like he wrote the number 1 in a weird way when he wrote down the address where they're supposed to meet.
Yeah. And there's only one man in this whole story that does their ones in a very specific way.
Yeah. Of course, the story does get a little bit interrupted somewhere along the way because Terry does wake her up while she's under a trance, Akiko, while she's under a trance, and like Heat Metal W tries to fight the Pteranodon Yami, but it's like no, I still need to find out what happens. So wait, what's going on? It's like I almost killed you with my metal burning shaft thing, and then
she was just like, you interrupted the movie. Stop it! Well,
like seriously, don't mess with Akiko, because otherwise she'll pull out her chancla and be like,
"How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?"
Now, after a very, very realization that you were like a couple of stories up in the air, we get back to the movie.
Yes. So at the library, because there's no Gaia library, we just have a regular library. So Kichi comes to Matsu. Hey, boss. You won't believe what I found out about the criminal. It's like, no need. I don't need any information from you because I already know who it is. He bat smacks him across the room, and like out of his pocket falls out the spider memory. It's like, so, and that's when he starts doing the evil voice.
Godfather, she's doing the evil voice. I always know I have got them when they start doing the evil voice.
What?
Yes. Once again, I had no evidence. It has been a hell of a week, to be honest with you. But once they have done the evil voice, you know it is the murderer.
Except we do have evidence. It's the way he writes number 1.
Oh yeah, no, we totally does.
Yeah,
he is horrible because he uses a slight hand of cursive in his writing, as we all know. People now don't do cursive.
No.
But yeah, we find out that the reason why is just because he feels very underwhelmed. He's very inept.
Basically, he's the Scorpion Man from the original Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Sold himself out because he was a little jelly. But don't you know, you got to be hard boiled like peanut butter.
He looks at his friend, his mentor, his partner, and he just feels so inept.
Yep.
My God. Okay. All right. So, yeah, the reason why is just because he didn't feel like anyone cared for him or respected him. I'm like, what? Excuse me?
So
And
he infected Melissa with a spider tattoo, and he's like touching her. And it's like, even as I touch her, I do not explode. That means she doesn't have feelings for me, bruh. Chill.
Motherfucker. She barely even knows you. She met you because of our main hero of this story. All right? She knows him, but she doesn't know you. You just happen to be there. I mean, how is she so? You know, it's sometimes in my life, it's very hard for me to defend men sometimes. Not that I'm agreeing with what some people say, but I'm just like, my God. It's very hard
To
for
put
me
it simply, it's like SAO abridged. It's like you killed your wife over a sandwich.
It was a good sandwich.
No, it's not that it was a good sandwich. It's that there was no sandwich. He wanted a sandwich, and Griselda did not make him one because she was too busy doing a quest with the other members of her guild. So he had her killed.
Ugh. But yeah. So a fight ensues on the outside, obviously, because we just do. A great chase is done because we have a chase on a semi truck, on a fuel tanker truck with the bat dopant.
And we do get the epic transformation sequence.
Yes, Skull finally shows up. He
takes off his hat, transforms, just to put his hat back on.
Well, yeah, you can't ruin the fedora. And
this time, like, his costume does become fully metallic gray with the S-shaped crack on his skull.
Yeah, I know, because honestly, that's just his thing. He crashes into the tanker truck, winds up pinning and beating the bat. The bat asks for help because you're the hero, aren't you? And he's like,
Not today.
I am not the hero. As that is a very Skullman, also a very Ichigo thing to do. If people don't remember, Ichigo, even though later on in the earlier episodes he did not show mercy to any of the shocker like combatants, even if they were
because it was all about revenge.
It was all about revenge. It was all about getting even. So yeah, very Ichigo call out there. So yeah, Batwoman blows up. We wind up having our decisive battle on a sea bridge. And
then Tsukichi says, 1, I have not seen the darkness within the friend I've had for so long. 2, I have allowed you to corrupt your own soul with a Gaia memory. 3, I have allowed you to bring the city to tears. What the hell are you talking about? I've just counted up my sins. Now it's time for you to count up yours. Or just to make it more dramatic. Sa omae no tsumi wo kazue.
Weep. Anyway, yeah. So he does a rider kick. Just a rider kick.
Yeah. But there's a really cool part though, where like he actually pulls him into himself, and then like the rib cage on his chest like starts opening up to create like a giant skull.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's kind of reminds me of Guyver. Yep. And I'm like,
winds up just giving him the old rider kick, and that's about it. We see him die because that's what we know. He is going to die because you can't just not die being a dope ant. But it's kind of weird though, because we actually did say that he had revealed himself to Melissa, telling her that he is the spider, blah, blah, blah. But then she is now aware that he is Kamen Rider Skull.
Mhm.
So she winds up yelling at him and saying how much of a freak and a monster is, and how dare he compare, like, your friend, me, like Matsu was he did, but then you and the blood, like, honey, he had to do it. There was no other way. Either that, you would have died.
Yeah, and many others who did die. We see a bunch of people die.
Regardless, we see Akiko as Melissa and herself yell at her father, at the man who saved her, calling him a fool, an idiot, and a murderer. Also shout back to Ichigo.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Wait, there's one more detail. Turns out that Sokichi himself was infected by a spider tattoo, which even by killing the spider dopant won't get rid of it.
So if he ever went to his daughter, yeah.
By the way, that's an actual thing that the spider dopant does.
But from that, the Gaia memory is filled, and our Yami finally got what he wanted.
Mm-hmm. He got the memory of a decisive battle. So now he starts summoning something involving Gaia energy. To be continued.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right.
So now we have part 2 of our movie review, which is the O's segment of it. And
yeah. Oh, and let me tell you, like, this is one of the things that really irks me about reviewing the movies, especially for O's, because the continuity is a tad arbitrary in terms of like how many Gaia memories AG has during the movie. So where is the movie taking place? Well, considering the fact that like certain things were just developed just now. Yeah, it would be best to place this after episode 12, but before episode 16.
Well, yeah, because this is where it kind of, again, canonically with what we're doing, it's like this is a tad bit early to be referencing this stuff, but I'm all right. Okay.
Yeah, but because of some other stuff that'll be referenced later, it's like this is the best place of continuity wise. And again, don't blame us, blame Toei because release dates. This is why I hate the winter films, especially. See, at least the summer films, it's very clear. This absolutely, without question, takes place around episode 44 or 45. No question about it. And we're like, okay, cool. Like, even with Build, when like we had Be the One, the movie, they built up those 3 characters in the TV show. Granted, they ignore them in the TV show the following episode. But the point is, we know where this takes place. But here it's like, you're sacrificing continuity in favor of fan service here.
Yeah, because I'm no joke. It pretty much is just fan service with this story, because I'm like, wait, Goto, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And so I do have some headcanon to connect things. See, here's the thing with the winter film for Build, you don't need headcanon because like, even though he uses a form that you won't see till like the next arc, they actually have an in canon to the movie reason why he's unable to use it in the next episode. By means of like, oh yeah, I got Robot Phoenix best match. but then like it gets stolen from him in the end credits. So it's like, oh, so that's why he doesn't use that literally in episode 17. But he steals it back later, so like it's arbitrary. But here it's a little tricky. But I'm gonna use some headcanon moving forward from here.
All right.
But yeah, so I know this is like supposed to be like in an ancient Japanese temple, but for the fun of it, in ancient Egypt, a group of archaeologists tried to unlock a secret tomb where President Kogami speaks of the most ambitious being of all time. That's right. We found the great tomb of the pharaoh Seto. Yeah, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh joke. That's what I was building up to.
Yeah.
I swear the joke was funnier when I was watching this segment, but yeah. And so they bring him back to life using a tank or something. Yeah.
Yeah, to say like that, you couldn't find temples or whatever in a cave, that's actually, well, I don't know how they got there, but some of them are. But yes, apparently we have our mysterious benefactor, Kogami Sensei, talking to his secretary Erika and asking her a history of basic Japanese history. Which again, who else could it be? Really?
Yeah, it's
only to realize
Nobunaga.
Like, who was the man who was ambitious that sacrificed his friends and blah blah blah. Like, I will take Ieyasu for 1,000, Alex. No, it was Oda Nobunaga.
I was going to go with Hideyoshi, but okay.
All right. So, did you find his body? Did you find something of his? Because I could have sworn that, well, from what I've read, there is no remains of him. Like, it's all, like, he was, obviously, back in the day, they burned bodies, so there wouldn't be anything of him physically. But apparently not. Mm-hmm. I guess there's something left, maybe. Because we find, I guess, what is armor or a mummy?
Yeah, his mummified remains.
So I'm like, all right, okay. That's not impossible, but okay. Anyway, what are you doing with that?
They're going to bring him back to life. Back to life. Back to life. Oda Nobunaga in the 21st century. Oda Nobunaga in the 21st century. Okay, I had my fun with that.
Oh, man. I'm like, really? Kogami, you are a twisted bastard, but I never thought that you would go this far.
Yeah.
As to why? Movie. That's it. That's pretty much it. And also to see what will happen.
Yeah. Now I'll tell you this.
It's like he was bored. It's like I want to bring back Alexander the Great and put him in today's modern era just to see what would happen.
Yeah, what's really interesting is the actor who plays Nobunaga is not the guy who we always wanted to see become Nobunaga and actually will in Kamen Rider Gaim. No, it's no. What's interesting is that this guy, he originally played one of those two excavators who found the underground school in Kamen Rider Fies. And even crazier is that he would later go on to play Lord Zed from Tokyuger. In other words, the Red Ranger's imaginary friend who becomes the main villain.
In Tokyuger. Okay. Oh, I'm going confused there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, kind of weird, but in this movie, there's cameos up the ass of several people that, if you were not aware, are actually, they're like, yeah, some Sentais and some Kamen Riders do actually appear in this movie, but you have to really pay attention. But we'll get there when we get there. Yeah, so we just happened to also cut to AG and Hina getting married.
Wait, what?
I know.
Wait. Hold on.
What the hell is that?
I know. What? Wait, what? Father, I object on the grounds that this woman is too strong.
Yeah.
Oh, he's poor?
And this man is too broke.
No, that we don't care about. But it turns out that no, it's just for a commercial, I guess. It's just for some commercial. Or
Yes.
I don't know what
And
it
for
is.
For some reason, they received a shared paycheck.
Why they got a shared paycheck, I don't know why.
And to make matters worse, AG hands over segments of that paycheck to a bunch of circus folk.
You never trust carnies, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Have we learned something from Kamen Rider W? Like you have a Harlequin looking girl who eats cockroaches. And this won't be the last time we see a weird carny who turns out to be evil.
Yeah, I know that carnival folk are the backbone and founders of this country, but you don't ever trust carnies. In any case, yeah, for some reason, AG just decides to give half of his paycheck to these people because they say that they need help. When later
they
on,
need help getting a Gucci bag.
Yeah,
and
when
some
later
Air
find out
Jordans.
that they just wanted free money.
And an Xbox 360. And a Mountain Dew soda can.
Mm-mm. Yeah, Hina kind of gives him the business. It's like, why? But then AG, being the good boy that he is like, well, I have new underwear for tomorrow and some change, so I'm good. Like, you know, like AG, what they ripped you off though? Well, ripping me off, whatever. That means they needed help. Oh, you sweet summer child. Okay,
Yeah.
fine, whatever.
Yeah. So it just so happens that AG later encounters a mysterious looking yummy who has that's wearing what appears to be Crusader armor, and like he's like trying to kill a dude for some reason.
Yeah.
We find out later why, but But as the monster escapes, they find a mysterious man with no memory. Maybe a memory would jog his memory. Memory.
Naked.
Yeah. So he gives him his spare underwear. But AG, don't you know? Now you don't have any underwear left.
Well, he's got to get a part-time job to get some more underwear. Because I'm like, well, don't you already have a part-time job working at the restaurant? I would, but apparently Chayako is out of the country right now, so the restaurant's closed. Okay. Fine, I guess. But we're like, where did this mysterious young boy come from? Who is he?
No. Boo. I'll call you Nobu-kun.
You see, the thing is that, well, yeah, Kogami and company pretty much pissed in God's eye, and he blinked. Because for some reason and somehow they revived Nobunaga. Like, completely. 100%.
And they revived him as a greed.
And they revived them all naked. Didn't even bother to give him a
full Terminator. Yeah.
You know, just because he decides to break out just like any type of monster. And of course, Kogami decides to give him a cake with a. I'm like, God damn it, Kogami! Then now is not the time. But,
yeah. So Nobunaga goes to a library to do some reading. Now, here's the thing. I know that Apocalypse from the X-Men movies just puts his hand on a TV and instantly learns everything. But I'm not going to lie, though. Nobunaga having to manually learn things from a library feels more satisfying, if you ask me.
I don't know what the hell he read or what he got his hands on, but the next scene blows your mind when you realize. So he's helping Eiji out with all these random part-time jobs, delivery boy, washing
and
windows,
custodial work,
just to get by. And they go and make a delivery
to a computer room.
Yeah, the system is down.
The computer room.
The system's down. It's not working or not getting fixed. And the man in charge. Let me see here. I have his name written down because it's actually a big deal. The man in charge, who was kind of like wondering who was in charge of this whole place, is Kaku Red. It's Sasuke.
Oh, we met him at Morphicon back in 18.
Yeah. So because again, for those who are Sentai fans, it's Black Bull from Gingaman.
Yeah.
Because why? How do I know this? They showed a close up of his face.
Mm-hmm.
And
so of course Nobunaga just like sits on a computer and starts repeatedly pressing random buttons, which again is a Kaiba reference. And like we see a bunch of repeated pop-ups on the screen like he's actually doing something, but somehow he actually did. He actually restored all systems operations.
For some reason,
and
a simple book was enough for him to do coding and uncoding that impressed not only the CEO of the company, but also Teruaki Okagawa, that's Kaku Red's actor, that they offer him a job.
Yeah. Meanwhile, for some reason, the same company, which we don't know what it does exactly. Nope. So I'm gonna use smart brain logic here. They have like a dance audition where one of Hina's friends is auditioning. She's a ballerina, but her opponent in the audition does this provocative dance that I refuse to describe. Let's just say
it's just jumping and gyrating, pretty much.
It's very. Let's just say
it's on the level of Christina Aguilera back in her in this time period of the mid 2000s.
Oh no! Compared to Christina Aguilera, this dance is way too dirty.
It kind of depends, but I'm like, okay, fine. But no. Apparently, the young girl, who's also a friend of Hina's, by the way, just is not gonna do that. I wasn't sure if she was scared to dance or not, but she's like, she just didn't want to do that. She was more of a classically trained dancer,
ballerina. Yeah,
she's a ballerina, so that's not the way she dances.
Yeah, and of course, while the president of this company is not amused, Nobunaga says, "I will allow this." By which I mean her refusing to dance that way. He allows her to not dance that way. It's like, oh yeah, well, who are you to say what is or isn't allowed? Boss! Someone just bought out 51% of the company. Who could have done that? It's like, insert Kaiba music. Bow, 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 bow. Well, looks like your rules just got screwed.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, Nobunaga Kaiba.
Yeah, he pulled the wool over their eyes and just like, yeah, there you go. There you go. Just happens to be the owner and COO of this company now. So Shut it.
And later on, there's an auction where Kogami wants to buy what is basically like a tea case, one of 3 in a set, by the way. And of course, who else is going to wager against Kogami but Nobunaga Kaiba? That's right. I need all 3 Blue Eyes White Tea kettle sets.
Yeah, which that kind of seemed weird to me. You know, like the fact that he was like, okay, wait, I have to go back and rewatch this. I'm like, how did he get this money? Like, yeah, so okay.
And at some point, he reveals, oh yeah, and in case you don't know, Maximilian Kogami, I owe 13 of your subsidiaries, but I'm willing to trade them all back to you for 10 times the amount. I'm just kidding. No, if you let me have that tea kettle, I will give back all of your subsidiaries that I bought from you. He's like, Subarashi, I will allow this, Kaiba boy.
Yeah, you can just kind of see, like, okay, if it was true that Nobunaga came back, would he still be the same way? Would his tactics be able to do what they're doing?
Well,
not sure.
Here's the thing. What's good about The Art of War by Sun Tzu, which I wouldn't doubt if Nobunaga himself have read, translated into, Japanese of the time period, is that the philosophy behind it is very timeless. It can be applied to almost anything. After all, to know thyself and thy enemy is to know 1,000 victories. To know thyself and not thy enemy is to know 1 victory, 1 defeat. To not know thyself nor thy enemy is to never know victory ever again. And of course, the victor of a battle is decided before the battle has begun. Nobunaga is the kind of man who brings a gun to a sword fight.
Yeah.
Which he did, for real. Thank you, Portugal.
Oh, let's see here. Where were we?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, Kaiba, Nobunaga Kaiba is basically so rich that, he even looks down on Eiji for being a custodian. Oh, and at this point, he now has 2 of those 3 Blue Eyes White tea sets. And as a gift for outwitting Kogami, he receives a birthday gift, a birth driver, if you will.
Yeah, Kogami gives Nobunaga the birth driver before we even actually see it in the show.
Yep.
And so you're telling me that the first ever birth was Nobunaga?
Essentially.
And he was very efficient in using it.
Despite its flaws.
But also the fact that, okay, here's the thing that I was kind of wondering, because I don't think we even touched on it in this movie. Why was he going around dressed up as a samurai with a scorpion claw and Xing off a bunch of people?
So it turns out those random people are the direct descendants of other shoguns that Nobunaga fought against.
They just kind of quickly mention it. It's not wasn't that supposed to be a thing? Dad, no.
Yeah, it's kind of out of left field. And yes, Eiji tries to interfere every now and then. But more importantly, where does he get this book of family crests? And how does he know which crest belongs to which person?
No, I know. How are you sure about who's who? I mean, can you just tell? Can you just say that that you are aware that they are related to past royalty or past daimyos? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, okay. Because there is a whole thing about him being birthed, but then he kind of turns into like a full-on greed, or a full-on greed technically later on, because, well, with him being birthed and all, he winds up.
He does save the ballerina girl from a truck that landed on her foot. What's the deal with this movie and people being crushed by vehicles? We're 3 for 3 at this point.
Yeah. And we haven't even gotten to the third part yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the whole birth thing was kind of like just like a sample, a taste of what birth can do, because there was really no reason for it to even be brought into this other than just to be a show and tell.
Yeah, he only uses crane arm, which, I mean, he has 6 gimmicks, which we see throughout the show, and one of them we don't even see in a vacuum. Like the only time we see one of those 6 items is literally when he uses all 6 of them together at the same time.
Yeah, because after that whole battle with I think it was with the Yami that's been flying around. No, I'm sorry, something else.
Yeah, it was a pterodactyl Yami, and of course the other greeds are like, this is an unusual greed. Sorry, this is an unusual Yami. Do you think it belongs to, and everyone and all 4 of them look at the camera, Gil? Now, who could Gil be? I don't know, because we both watched O's in its original run, and spoiler alert, we never really see Gil in the TV show or in this movie for that matter. We have an idea of what Gil might look like, but we don't ever actually see Gil.
No, not one. So it's kind of like, wait, why mention that name? Like it holds some type of message or whatever. It's like, not really. It's kind of like if I were to tell an anime watcher of Hunter x Hunter, do you know? Oh my god, what was his name? I forget now.
Moral Palm.
If I were to say, if I because only you manga readers will know, who's Gyro?
Yes, Gyro. He's Gyro? Mentioned throughout the anime.
He was mentioned only like once, but in the manga he's been mentioned more. Who's Gyro? Now you'd be like, Gyro. Again, an anime watcher would be like, Gyro.
Yeah, there's like a whole episode dedicated to Gyro, and you never see his face.
Yeah,
it's like, yes, this particular part of Meteor City is where Gyro came from. Gyro's father hated him, but his uncle took pity on him. It's like, who's Gyro? And why should we care?
You should care because apparently it was something that the mangaka said was actually very important. And here's one thing. When everyone else was turned into an ant and obeyed the queen, he didn't. He just walked away. So what does that say to you? What does that say? It's the same thing here. It's like, wait, who's that? I don't know. But didn't you I don't know who that is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do it? Who knows? I don't get it.
But yeah, basically, Gil came from the Japanese word to betray, which makes sense because when we actually see Gil's medals in action, they're the ultimate way to destroy other greed. Well, we'll find out more about that later, though.
Yeah, but yeah, here comes the part that kind of makes sense but doesn't make sense. So the reason why Nobunaga has been so smitten with Hina's ballerina friend is apparently he thinks this is someone he knew in his past. It's not a reincarnation, I don't think. But apparently there was a performer, a dancer that caught Nobunaga's eye, and that's why he cares so much about her, even though she really doesn't know who he is and kind of thinks he's a creep. But he winds up, I guess, giving some of his life over to her to fix her broken leg because, well, now she won't be able to dance.
Yeah, because he basically attacked her in an earlier scene, and yes, we get to see Gata Kiriba briefly. You know,
the thing is that so this is the part where doing that kind of caused him to like be in pain, or he's like, you know, he's at his weakest point, only for Maki Sensei to come in with 3 core medals.
The blue eyes white core medals.
Not really core medals that we have seen in the show. They are, well, no, I'm sorry, but these are more different than the core medals.
Yeah.
These are
Ebi, Crab, and Sasori.
Yes. So it's
which is so weird because you have 2 Malcastraka and 1 Arachnid, and I'm like, why? This makes no sense.
I don't know. I guess because they're both hard-shelled animals. Who knows?
But a scorpion isn't.
But what winds up happening is, so the Yami that he is winds up upgrading from just a samurai into a shogun,
into a full greed,
causing Eiji to fight against him, using his base form and maybe a few combos.
Yeah, basically, while we did see Eiji fight the pterodactyl greed using the Gatsukiraba, again, enjoy seeing it while you can. To defeat Nobunaga, like he basically uses Saigorza, which thank goodness we've seen him use in episode 12. And he basically destroys Nobunaga, and of course Nobunaga's like, at least I get to die happy, knowing that I saved the life of that dancer girl. And like and by the way, while the 2 of them are fighting, yes, the dancer girl, like she actually does her ballet recital like she was supposed to. And then he basically sees a vision of her reincarnated as the girl from the early Sengoku era, where like she's doing that, fan dance in a kimono. And he dies, and he basically disintegrates into cell metals. But the 3 core metals fly off somewhere. Oh, now where do they go? Find out in segment 3 of the special.
There's a 3rd part?
Well, they did say Kamen Rider and Kamen Rider, O's and W. I mean, why would we watch these 2 half-hour clips of W and O's separately?
What a load.
Now we have to combine their plot.
So pretty much where we left off in the first part and then the ending of the second part finally come together, because apparently the Gaia memory was enough to suck in the core metals.
Because the core metals also have memory of a decisive battle.
And what winds up happening is it just rips out of the Yami's hand, and then it solidifies into something. Now you would think
the first CGI Kamen Rider.
Is it going to be a dopant? Is it a greed? Is it what is it?
Kamen Rider Core.
Go.
Oh hell no! 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 Oh hell no!
Oh hell no!
Yeah.
Yeah.
First fully CGI Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider Core. A rider so CGI you don't even see his entire body.
They couldn't afford it.
No.
Man, oh man. I am just like...
Yeah, I know. I'd rather see Kamen Rider Arc all over again from Kamen Rider Kiva.
Oh. Did we do something? Did we piss somebody off? We praised Ichigo enough. Or maybe it's because we didn't give the series enough credit, I guess. Oh, seriously. I was just like, wait, this is the movie with the CGI Ichigo, isn't it? Like, yeah. And is it voiced by No, it's not. No, it's not. I was about to say, that voice sounded way too familiar. That is not Fujioka Sensei. No, it's not.
Nope.
No, it's not. It's someone else. I'm like, okay. So this is the villain. This is what we've been fighting to not make happen, I guess. Okay. Why? Why Ichigo? Because we were at almost at the 40-year anniversary mark. So we have to. Okay. Hang on. I need a drink. It's water, by the way. All right. So we're fighting Ichigo again. And a very tall one. Cue the Attack on Titan music. Oh, that's right. We can't afford the copyright. So apparently, get core metals, get a guy in memory, and mix them all together, and you get literally a villainous Ichigo that wishes to destroy the world. And apparently he does so much that he even made a hole in the earth that leads to the Emerald City. Oops, we lost Michael there for a moment. Yeah, let's see here. I have it written down in my notes. So having battles, blah blah, the black core metals, We have so apparently they made a hole that went further into the Earth's core. Did you
mention the part where he turns into a bike?
Not yet. I was getting there. Was it those damn squirrels again?
Yes, it was those damn squirrels again. Shocker squirrels are the worst. I'd rather settle for shocker spiders.
So apparently this Ichigo, Kamen Rider Core, punches the ground. He tears it enough that he makes a very large hole in the Earth's crust. I'm not saying it's all the way down deep because that'd be a very big problem if it was. But it was enough that both Double and Oz are able to go into, and of course Core just for some reason is able to transform his lower half into a motorcycle.
Just like Axel.
Don't ask.
Okay, we're going to pause the main plot for a second, just so we could quickly get the B plot out of the way. Yes, the Pteranodon Yummy is still around. Axel has to fight him, and he tells Akiko, listen, I know you're upset that your dad's a Kamen Rider and he died being a Kamen Rider. We have to understand, he became a Kamen Rider to protect you. I'm becoming a Kamen Rider to protect you as well. So let me do my job, let me transform, and let me save your ass. Woman. And she's like, fine, but I want a baby. See, that's a Dragon Ball reference. And of course, he gets backup from Kamen Rider Birth. He's like, oh, it's a new Kamen Rider. And yes, it's Goto. Doesn't really matter. This part doesn't really matter because TLDR, they defeat the Pteranodon Yummy together. It's cool. It's cool seeing Axel and Birth together, but this part doesn't matter. So we're just getting that out of the way. Other than the one speech where Ryu actually puts the pants on the relationship back on, that's the only part that matters in that B plot. Back to the A plot. We're going down to the core where that giant crystal that's releasing all the Gaia energy to the rest of the world is radiating and whatnot. Okay, continue.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay. Yeah. I was wondering, I'm like, wait, did we go down to Oz or something?
Yeah, well, basically, like, we see homages to it in Kamen Rider W, mostly through a literal well. It's like, I mean, obviously, all that energy has to chimney somewhere into the surface, and that surface, that chimney happens to be a literal well that is owned on the Sonozaki family property, which is where the museum is. But yeah, now we actually see what the bottom of the well looks like.
It is just a mountain full of kryptonite.
Yep.
Yeah, because obviously, they go down there. They wind up, going through it like the final battle at Endor, through all the cracks and all the pillars. You would think of a CGI Kamen Rider made of fire would just blow through everything, but it doesn't, because it gets snagged, causing a delay enough for both Double and O's to actually go into their super forms, not final form. Get that right, not final.
Heck, not even super forms, because O's doesn't do that yet. But W is already Cyclone Joker Extreme.
Yeah, that's fine. But what winds up happening is that they wind up charging their blades, cutting the damn rock. AG gets knocked into what is a pool of water, but then comes out as Taj.
Wait. Ankh was holding out on us, as it turns out.
It's Ankh. What did you expect?
Turns out he had Kujaku Condor medals. Well, he's not able to use it right away because he's being manhandled by Core, and he throws him down. Shh. And then in the pool of water, which is water for some reason, it's like Taka Kujaku Kondoru Tajadoru. And we even see him start flying up, and his helmet changes, and a red transparent visor comes down, which we don't see in the TV show, by the way. It's either already completely down, or it's just spray painted on.
This is where people get the idea that Tajador is the final form, which it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It ain't.
So, okay, look, at this point, it's Kamen Rider Husbando, because AG is wearing his husband's core medals at this point. So,
yeah,
let's put it at that. In any case, they finally decide to do the ultimate rider kick.
Oh yeah, and the sheer turbulence of him using a Tajadol is enough for the extreme memory to do its what's it called, Kamen Rider Ichigo thing. His cyclone driver thing, so that he becomes Gold Extreme, which so far we've only seen him use in in the summer film A to Z Memory of Fate.
That was actually random that I totally forgot that was a thing. Yeah. Because I'm like, wait, because at the end of all that, I'm like, wait, you're supposed to be silver or like a whitish silver in the middle, not gold. Like, what? Where did that come from? I'm like, this must be a continuity. I'm like, no, it's because of
no. It was in the summer film. Although the summer film doesn't do a good job explaining that either. Yeah, I will get to that when we do W. But yeah,
they do a rider kick to end all rider kicks to the point that while both Shotaro and Philip are fine. AG, on the other hand,
so here's where I have to do some fan canon stuff. So just like in the TV show, we do have a count the medals thing at the end of the O's segment of the movie, where he seemingly has 13 medals. He has one Kuwagata, one Kamakiri, one Bata, one Lion, one Tora, one Cheetah, one Sai, one Gorilla, one Zo, one Shachi, one Unagi, one Taco, and one Taka medal. And you're probably thinking, when did he get some of these medals? Because whether you're watching episode 12 or 13 or 14 or 15, he shouldn't have those specific 13 medals, and surely he should have duplicates of it. And again, headcanon, he got them off, he gained and lost them off screen. Now, here's where the headcanon continues. At the end, when they defeat Core, basically some of the medals got scattered. They get scattered back into the ether of somewhere in Japan, and that's why when we get to episode 13 or 14 or 15, but not 16, he has that specific set of medals instead of the ones we had at the beginning of this movie, or rather the beginning of the end of this movie. They just simply got scattered, because guess what? AG also got scattered, but we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, so everyone except for AG is back on the surface. They demorph. Goto walks away, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, now we can have a wedding."
Goto, be happy you got the movie, rights and being the first official birth of the main cast that wore birth. Okay, so you were crying this whole time in the main series that you want to be birth. Not gonna happen, but at least you got the movie in, because they couldn't introduce
a certain character.
They couldn't introduce a certain character before the television show. So be happy you got that. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Goto walks off while everyone else needs to get back to their wedding. But before we initiate the wedding,
whoa, boy.
Yeah, so we find a sewer grate in Rio de Janeiro.
That's in Brazil, by the way.
Yeah. And AG comes out of there. It's like, where am I? This looks like Brazil. And then some guy dressed up as Ozzy Osbourne walks past him. But that's not really important. It's like, oh man, we're in Brazil. And then we find 5 people, just 5 people, not a whole parade, but 5 people celebrating Carnival. And among them is, wouldn't you know it, Chiyoko-san. She's like, AG, what are you doing here? Chiyoko, what are you doing? Don't you know? I'm here for Carnival!
Here's one thing about that scene that kind of was like, well, okay. The Carnival dancers are all different ethnicities, and so as it is in Carnival,
they could have done a Gyaro routine, but they didn't.
So
thank you.
Here's the thing: is that all the girls, all the women, are dressed in traditional Carnival dancers' outfits. No body
And
suit.
they actually look Brazilian.
Then they actually look Brazilian. They are actually truthful. So here comes Chiako-san. And she's actually wearing a bodysuit under her Carnival outfit. I'm assuming it's just because she's in the show. And it's like, yeah, we can't really have you being too revealing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could tell she's wearing a bodysuit underneath her outfit. But the rest of the women, no, we're fine. We're fine with this. I'm like, well, you know what? Presa un carnival. So where's the black beans and rice? I'm hungry.
Viva Paraiso.
We gotta dance our way back home, AG. What?
Yeah, we're gonna Carnival our way back home, and then it's like I better get out of here. Nope, you can't run from Carnival because even the running is a form of dance.
Yeah, no, and AG, I think you'd fit right in Brazil during Carnival.
Yeah, yeah, because he fits everywhere during Carnival.
AG.
Yeah, like here during Diwali, you best believe he's gonna be somewhere in Delhi or Bombay, Calcutta, in the what's it called, in the Altero and Vega Festival, which is called Amanagawa Festival in Japan. But like you best believe he's probably gonna be somewhere in China. But yeah, no, it's yeah. But yeah, so we cut to the wedding, and it's like, wait, Shotaro, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be walking Akiko down the aisle? It's like, no, she's got this. And then turns out she gets a visit from...
It's like, yeah, so she's walking down the aisle. Before that happens, Melissa shows up.
Yeah.
How is that possible? Akiko is Melissa. It's a body double. Don't worry about it.
Body double.
She actually tells Akiko why she's there. And as we said, it's true. Her dad told Melissa that she has to go when she finds out that she's married, that she has to go to her and tell her that her dad can never ever come back to her. Now he didn't say
not that it would matter because he would end up dying anyways.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that he is dead, obviously. We know that.
Yeah.
But she knows why. And she told him, or she told her. Because, yeah, the whole spider thing, yeah, he had one. And if he ever came near her, so it's not that he didn't want to be there. It's that he couldn't, for her safety and for her life. So
yeah, and like as she's walking down the aisle, you could actually hear, like you could softly hear a certain song play out. Kizutsuita sono ude ni nani wo daiteru.
It really is giving Totaro like so much crap. It's like, weren't you supposed to? I'm like, don't worry about it, man.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
So I guess everyone can see her dad.
Yeah, basically Melissa's walking her down the aisle, but for some reason she takes on the form of Sokichi.
And of course, here we see everybody in that was in double, like everyone that was in double. And there's
we see Lookerman, Santa-chan, Queen, and Elizabeth, and I hope whichever one of them had cancer is cured of it. And there was like, and the two police officers.
There's also, because you did mention that, I didn't know where she fit in because I was looking at like, oh yeah, that's right. The one woman who AG gave some of his money to, that was Yuka Matsuishi.
Yeah,
that was Racer Yellow from Car Ranger.
May she rest in peace.
Yeah, this was one of her movie fronts, and also As you said, Queen's there, Watchman's there, Elizabeth.
The two police officers.
The two police officers. Also, I don't know how, but Monet is there too. Monet from Ghost Sager.
Yeah.
She's there. I'm like,
I mean,
you
Ghost
can totally
Sager.
tell her. I'm like,
Ghost Sager did air at the same time as.
Maybe they just put that in just because I'm just like, what is Monet doing here? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we wind up, we don't get to see much of the wedding. We just get to see them get walked down the aisle.
Yeah.
And then
omae no tsumi wo kazoe tamashi ni fumitodomare ai suru mono wo mamoru tame ni tachimukeba ii tachimukata yukeba ii. Sorry, I had to.
Hina is back at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And Chiako finally shows up after her little vacation and
like freaking Hina had to hold down the fort the entire time.
Poor Hina.
Yeah.
Poor baby girl, I swear to God. But yeah. Well, guess who's there with Chiako?
AG.
And
he's got the feathers on his back.
He danced his way back home. And they brought money because apparently Hina, that's why she was taking on all these odd jobs, was to try to hold down the fort. But okay. All right. I get what, I was in Brazil. When did you get to Brazil? I just did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I used my vacation days, and so I went to Brazil. But we were very clear. You're allowed to go anywhere except Brazil. Yeah, well, I decided to go to Brazil. Okay, well, did you see anything interesting? Well, I did see an Ozzy Osbourne looking guy and a police girl fight some dude who was throwing cards around. Huh, that's odd. Oh, well. Anything else? Oh, yeah, and the giant statue of Jesus Christ has hashtag YOLO swag 420 written on his arms.
Yeah, fine. And that is the end of the movie, other than a small little snippet of the Kamen Rider Roadshow of its 40-year anniversary at the end.
Yeah, it's like we actually get a teaser. Like, yes, Deno's back.
Okay. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the entire movie, the entire Core Wars movie.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. See, normally it takes us less time to discuss movies, but it's like we have to go into so much detail pre-gaming because it's not just a movie. It's a crossover movie. And not just a crossover movie, but it's a crossover involving a season we haven't reviewed yet. At least at the time of this recording.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those of you who are confused, who saw us discuss if you're watching this years from now, where we have covered every single season, and you're doing them in order, it's like, oh, let's do W and then O's, and you're like, what do you mean you haven't covered a season? You already did W and you're doing O's now. No, we did O's before we did W. Yeah. But yes, we will be back next week to do episodes 13 through 16 to finish off that first arc.
Yep.
Yeah, this movie 9.8 because, like I said, this is probably in the top 5 most rewatched Kamen Rider movies for me. And I'm not gonna lie though, the Skull segment will probably carry most of the film for me.
I will say that because of the Skull segment, because I know that we really didn't touch too much on Skull when Double was airing. Like, he was there, but we didn't know if he was a villain or a hero. he just, it was a mystery, as always. There's always, it's always a mystery with that. But showing some light here with Skull, showing who he was, what he was doing, how he became Skull, because as far as I know, in the series, he just showed up as Skull. We had no idea where he got it, how he got it, what.
We only know that he was working with Shroud.
Yeah, that's it. We knew nothing, and this was the story that like finally, like, oh, okay, yeah. So ultimately, the whole thing with Nobunaga really just did not even need to be there. We're just doing it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could have created an artificial Greed, an artificial Yami, and it would have worked either or. Why the Nobunaga reference? I don't know.
Because, I think the main thing is that he was ambitious, and Kogami likes ambition. But you're not wrong. We could have just as easily used other ambitious characters like Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, another conqueror that we're not going to say the name of, or heck, if you want to be Shakespearean about it, Julius Caesar, because was this ambition? And Brutus says this was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man.
Yeah, but remember, Brutus was skinny. He thinks too much. He was too smart. He was too much of a bookworm. That's why.
Yes. I love that you made that reference from Act 1. Well, actually, no. Casca was the skinny one.
Yeah, I
no,
know,
not Casca. Cassius. Cassius was the skinny one.
I know my Shakespeare.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, when finally... Well, Kamen Rider Core... I mean, this isn't the first time we see a demonic... Well, I guess this is the first time we see a demonic Ichigo. I know they would later reference him in CO and things like that. But...
Core is just boring. Okay? Let's not beat around the bush. He's boring. The only time he ever felt like a menace is literally only because of... Hold on, give me 1 second. Wait, I think this is the one. No, not that. The only time he was ever really a menace was when he was in Climax Heroes 7, and only because the controls sucked.
Yeah, no, I mean, Core is really just, he's there, but he's not really, like, up there with some of the most infamous creatures that have ever crossed the screen. I mean, he's just there as an homage, as an evil Ichigo, which, again, we have had dark versions of Kamen Riders being more of a threat than Core, but, wrapping it all up, I love seeing past actors and actresses come back in any which way, shape, or form. So seeing, like, the cast of Double, seeing Yellow Racer, seeing Monet for some reason there, and having everyone just, reprise their roles or cameos, that was nice. That was nice. That's always a plus for me to see that. So if I were to say this movie, Skull, I could rewatch that segment. That was possibly the best segment. The other ones, this is a 7.5 for me. I can understand, but at the same time, it's like you had such a strong opening, and also like a good connection. But at the same time, it's like, okay, the Nobunaga thing was not necessary. Neither was Core.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say, look, I will contest you on this one detail. Nobunaga himself, not the greed that he becomes, but specifically Nobunaga as a character. He was an interesting villain, like rapid learning ability, like having a villain who could rapidly learn everything. that is an interesting concept for a villain. I just hate that like he just ends up being reduced to like a mindless brute.
Yeah, because that was not Nobunaga. If you were gonna bring Nobunaga, you bring Nobunaga. You don't just make him a smarty, but then turn him into some fucking turning him into Gommel. Pretty much.
Well, I'll say this: if we had a nickel for every time someone playing Nobunaga becomes a Kamen Rider birth, we would have exactly 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. It's crazy that it happens twice. But the other time is probably better, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Anyway, that is it for our review on the film. Those are my takes. That's my score. Now, what do the people have to say?
Alrighty. I love this winter film. Alrighty. Glad
you shut me up.
All right. Chicago is this. I think there's a spelling error. There's a special cute in that carnival. Oh, I think he meant Chiaco.
Chicago.
Imagine. Like I'm imagining. What's his name? Ant Capone in a Brazilian carnival outfit.
Here's also the thing. So I know that what happened to Ankh? It's like he was in there too. It's like, oh yeah, no, we just see that Hina's fine and that Chiaco's in Brazil, Eiji's in Brazil. What happened to Ankh?
See, and that's where I have the headcanon about how he lost all those blue and green core medals.
I'm like, well, apparently Best Bird Husbando I guess he just can't be bothered right now. He's just like, nope. He's probably sitting on his satin sofa, in the back, just like, I don't care. He's probably going to get mad at Hina for wearing all those bird feathers.
Yeah, and he's probably going to be like, I want some ice cream. Eiji, where the hell are you?
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do that in the end credits either.
Yeah, but now I'm seriously imagining Ant Capone wearing a female carnival outfit, and it's very unsettling.
I was like, well, I get why, but I'm like, wow, we were daring putting Chiako in a carnival. Oh, she's wearing a bodysuit.
Never mind.
Okay.
Now we're low key upset. Very cognitively blue-balled. But seriously, who the hell is Gil? Whew. Wouldn't you like to know?
We were blue balled with Chiako, seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, who's
we're equally blue balled with Gil.
Yeah,
actually, even more so.
Who is? That's news to me. Even as someone who
you make a good point. Gil is the gyro of Kamen Rider OOOs.
Yeah. It's like they mentioned him, but it's like they never ever said it after that. It just kind of. But in the manga, we have gotten some more information about what Gyro has been doing. Yeah. But in terms of
all we know is that Gyro is like the original founder of the NGL.
Yeah.
That's a good question. The TV show never mentions Gills, only in the movie. Yeah.
Again, they were just like, I guess, because Hunter x Hunter did actually start airing at this time around that Olsen was actually being brought up. So maybe that could be a reference.
I love that you got the fedora and sang Skull Song. Well, thank you again. Tachi mukae I'm too tired, man. I can't. I can't do it anymore. You know what? And you know what? That's a sin on me. Sa ore no tsumi wo kazue. Yeah. But yeah. No, thank you. Thank you very much. Maybe if someone makes a decent track of that song, I might sing it for karaoke night. If only someone did. Oh well. At least someone did Bokenger on the Road, but unfortunately it's in Japanese, so run and run Boke Undorima.
I did find an English version of the song.
Yeah.
Now that you brought it up, apparently the people who wrote it was a psycho mob who did most of the early 2000s, like Deca Ranger.
Don't you mean Psychic Lover?
Psychic Lover, yeah.
Yeah.
They actually did and Shinkenger, they actually released English dubs or the English lyrics and versions of their songs. And one of them is the ending to Bokenger.
Yeah. Run and run, Boke Undorima.
So it actually is translated into English. I think they also did one for Deca Ranger as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yeah, if you go on YouTube and you type in, like English version of Sentai songs, they will appear actually from their performers. They actually did do that. They know that.
Oh yeah, Coda did that for Fighting Gold as well.
Yeah, they know. Japan knows that they have American fans. So if you're ever interested in I want to know what this song's supposed to be in English. Yeah, well, now's your chance. Apparently, I found that out just recently.
Yeah. Yeah, no, someone did like a metal English cover of Bokenger on the Road. It was fan made, obviously, but still, it's cool to see that fans are making their own versions as well. But yes, you're not wrong. Coda did do Fighting Gold in English, so I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, who knows? Maybe Kamen Rider Z's theme song might be fully in English when it comes out in America.
We'll see what happens.
Well, that's it for this movie and the comments. If you enjoyed, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon, stay notified for our latest videos because we are 10 subscribers away from our goal. Let's try to beat that before the end of August.
Oh my God, only 10?
Only 10 more, 2.99. 2.99K. Yeah.
All right.
We're so close. We're so close. I could almost taste it. Boy, solving crime sure is hard work. And this lollipop is so refreshing. Anyways, yeah. So we produce a lot of content. We got Ultraman Omega, we got Kamen Rider Gob #1 Sentai Go Chuger, as well as Kamen Rider OOO, and we'll be completing the first arc next week. And of course, we just recently uploaded our vlog for G-Fest. It's up there right now on YouTube, and we hope you guys enjoy. Now, if check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we do various movie and TV show discussions. We also have uploaded a couple of interviews not too long ago, and there'll be one more uploaded tomorrow featuring an iconic stunt actress. It will debut tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I will upload at least one more vlog later this upcoming week as well on that channel as well. But with that in mind, we hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to say hi to us in person, we will be at the Burbank Marriott Convention Center for ToonCon on September 7th, which is the day after the debut of Kamen Rider Zets. And we will also be at the Pasadena Convention Center on August 28th through the 30th next year for Power Morphicon. And yes, both of these appearances involve the 20th anniversary of a certain TV show. One this year, one next year. And if you want to check out our personal content, where can the people find you?
Just on IG. Thank you so much, guys.
And you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto. And with all that said, guys, be sure to stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, hug your loved ones, and we'll see you again next time. Goodbye.
Hey, guys.